Easy people, welcome back to my channel at Big Steve MCFC. A little bit happier today, obvious. Last few weeks, it's not been the norm, you know what I mean? We've had the crazy games at Chelsea, Liverpool at home, Tottenham at home. Then we go to Villa Park on Wednesday night, get beat there. Mini meltdown amongst some Blues about then going to Kenilworth Road on the Sunday, wondering, are we in the midst of maybe a transitional period at the club? Maybe this season's not going to be the season. Maybe we've dropped a few clangers. There was all sorts of permutations going around in people's minds. So the last place you want to go is Luton, Kenilworth Road, Sunday afternoon, pissing down, shit all over gaff. Yeah, it wasn't ideal. Supposed to get the train from Bedford to Luton. All the trains cancelled. So my morning didn't start too well. Drove into Luton, found a nice car park just near the stadium. Thought I'd have a walk around the stadium, soak it up a little bit. Really quirky old stadium. Luton, I went when I was a kid, about 1990. Can't remember much about it, but I had a walk around the ground. It's very old. It's very squashed into a housing estate. Little tunnels and ginnels and rat runs everywhere around it. You come round onto that main street where the away end is, and literally it's just a row of terraced houses with a couple of turnstiles in between, the Oak stand or whatever it was, Domino's Pizza. You're looking at people's back gardens and bathrooms and that. When you walk through and go up the steps, you can literally see everyone's garden. So if anyone was sunbathing or wanted to go in the garden on a match day, forget it, because you'd have a load of lads peering over your fence. So it was a bit weird, but there's something about them old football grounds when you walk down the street and you can see the floodlights just peering over the stand. It's a bit rainy and misty and that, and you can smell the hot dogs, and you can see the hot dog stands and the scarf sellers and the programme sellers, and it had that proper vibe to it. To be honest, it probably had the second division vibes that we were used to, obviously, back in the 98, 99 days where we were down there. So probably getting a bit nostalgic for a lot of people. Some Blues, a lot of younger ones have probably never seen that, but it is a throwback to the old grounds. And yeah, it was good. It was a little bit refreshing, to get there. I was piss wet through outside, and I was thinking, yeah, the things we do for this football club, but it is what it is. One thing I got to mention, Pete the Badge. Everybody knows Pete. Pete the Badge, been going Man City for years, dressed in sky blue, his Man City packed lunchbox, with the badges on and all that. You've seen him, yeah? He's famous. Got a little bit sad on Sunday, can't lie. We've been talking in a few weeks about tickets and tourists and people filming with iPads and all that. We've always had this discussion on here about it, and we've said we're going to attract that within the treble. We get it. We're going to get that, We've already said we're not bothered about who supports the club as long as you support the club. So we've crossed that bridge. But coming up to the ground on Sunday, I see Pete the Badge stood outside the away end with a cardboard sign that said, "1 ticket needed." Now, anyone that knows about Manchester City knows Pete the Badge. Do you know what I mean? And I just thought that was disgusting that I seen him asking for a ticket. Now, I don't know why he's not got a ticket. I don't know if he's not got enough points, but I can't see that being a problem. I don't know what this story was, but to see him stood outside the Man City end, going in with no ticket, and to see people, just for example, a guy came up to me with a City shirt on and he said, "Hey, Robbie, can I have my picture with you? You're the biggest Man City fan on YouTube." First of all, I'm not called Robbie. Second of all, I think you mean Robbie at Arsenal, but he's a different colour to me and he supports Arsenal. So this guy and his pal had come from America. No problem. Both got tickets. Don't know how. First ever game. How are they getting the tickets? Why is Pete the Badge stood in the rain with his Man City fucking lunchbox and his Man City gloves and his sky blue pants and his sky blue coat and his sky blue hat and his fucking badges all over it, and he's got a cardboard sign saying ticket needed? But what's going on here? What's going on here? Somebody tell me that. Do you think that's right? Well, I thought, you know what, he can have my ticket. I'm not asked, he can have mine. Anyway, we got him a ticket. The Blues pulled together and they got him a ticket, fair play. But what I'm saying is, it just left a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth with fans like that are struggling now. I mean, he's a national treasure, him. He walks to every game with dressed in that City gear, gets abuse. He goes from London every game. The guy shouldn't even, in my opinion, that guy should have a lifetime season ticket. He shouldn't have to pay for it. Away tickets, he should be getting them week in, week out. So anyone in the club who's worth his salt, listen to what I'm saying. Go and ask everyone about Pete and what he's done for this football club. And let's make sure that Pete's never in that situation again. Stood outside an away end asking for a ticket. Because if anyone deserves a ticket, it's him. If anyone deserves a lifetime season ticket, it's him. But yeah, that's just my little rant about that. I just had a little bit of a moan because I was looking at him and I thought, wow, no way has he not got a ticket. And I think a lot of people thought the same. So, you know, he got a ticket and he got in there, but fair play to him. He's there every week. Most loyal, more loyal than me, more loyal than anyone I know. So fair play to him. But that's a bit of a problem in my eyes, but it is what it is. We'll cross that bridge. So he gets in the away end. It's mad. We're looking over garden fences and all that crazy. We gets in the ground, sit where you want, proper throwback, unreserved seating. The team comes out: Guardiola, Ake, Diaz, Walker, Rodri, Bernardo, Kovacic, Foden, Alvarez, and Grealish. Happy with that. No Erling Haaland. Bit of a disappointment. Apparently he's got a foot injury. Rumours going round he broke his foot. I don't think he's broke his foot. I've been told it's just a precaution. Right, let's see what we can do. And to be honest, I thought we started the game well. I thought we kept the ball well. We were pinging it about, one touch, two touch, a lot better than Villa Park. I thought that Luton didn't want to commit too much. I think they were afraid of getting caught out. So they were just keeping the shape, playing very, very rigid and flat, and just waiting for the chance to get us on the counter-attack. The first half, we huffed and puffed a little bit, a couple of long-range efforts, nothing really to talk about. I think Alvarez had a big fight on his hands against their back three and back four. Lockyer and that old wily heads, very, very experienced. So they were getting in amongst it. There was a couple of bad tackles in the middle of the park. Nakamba, dirty bastard. You know, if you ever do card bets, Nakamba's one for a yellow all the time. And yeah, it was just the Luton way. They had Townsend ready to break on us. The ground the atmosphere was quite good. The City end was quite good. And it was, I think it was just a matter of time before City had to grow into the game. And then just before half-time, you know, Josko Guardiola, people were slagging him for the goal, that his clearance wasn't thereabouts. But listen, I thought Josko had a good first half. I did. I thought he played well down that left-hand side. I thought he was all right. So I'm not going to criticise him. I think we all know he's a centre-back and he needs to play centre-back, but at the minute he's playing left-back. So we're going to take it on the chin. Could he have closed Townsend down? Probably, yeah, a little bit more. Townsend hits the looping crossing. The kid at the back post, I can't say his name, big, tall striker, heads it in. 1-0. We find ourselves 1-0 down. And you're thinking to yourself, not again. Have we just, again, not been clinical enough in front of goal? Are we going to let it slip again? Are they going to come out now and defend like mad? And we're going to get beaten? All these things were going through my mind. But we came out second half different. We came out a little bit better. We were pinging the ball around. We were working hard off the ball. I think Bernardo Silva was working so hard. And then speaking of Bernardo Silva, we get one back. Rodri with a driving run through the midfield, gets blocked. Bernardo Silva runs onto it. Couple of defenders in his way, but he used them as a shield and he bent it round right into the bottom corner. 1-1. Happy days. City fans were up buzzing. And I thought, right, let's get on it now. Let's get on it. They've got to come out a little bit more. Let's get on it. And before they could settle, Alvarez broke in the middle, bounced off his face. They were claiming for handball. He puts the ball across. The defender should have cleared it in my eyes. He was in no man's land. He got into a right mess. Jack Grealish gets on it, bang, finishes 2-1. I don't know if you see when the celebration, Grealish is saying to Alvarez, was it handball? Was it handball? And he's going, no, head. So then Grealish celebrates 2-1. And yeah, we deserved it. Couple of late scares near the end. They were throwing the kitchen sink at us, trying to have a goal. The fans were getting up, but we held on. And we just needed the win, Blues. We just needed the win. We've not been good last few games. The points have been slipping away. We needed 3 points. I didn't care if it hit Josko Vardiol on the arse and went in, and we won 1-0. Not asked. We just needed to win. But as a matter of fact, I thought the performance was okay. I thought the players showed a little bit of fight and determination. We could see Pep come over at the end, giving it the away support, fair play. We could see the players, what it meant to them. And hopefully now we've got a dead rubber in Belgrade. So we can go over there and basically relax. We've got Crystal Palace on Saturday. We need to win 3 points at home. And then on to Saudi Arabia next week. I'm going to Saudi Arabia next week. I can't wait. Next Monday, I'm flying out. Looking forward to the experience. Hopefully, we can go and win the World Club Cup. Come back to Manchester, champions of the world. Get that little thing on our shirts that Real Madrid and that have worn. And hopefully, yeah, that will be full closure for the Man City journey for me. From Barnsley to the Bernabeu. From Stoke to Saudi Arabia. Whichever way you want to call it. I want to seal it. I want to be able to say to my kids, I've seen us win the Premier League, the FA Cup, the League Cup, the Champions League, the Super Cup, and the World Club Cup. They're the only trophies worth talking about. UEFA Cup, well, if you're shit enough to be in the UEFA Cup, you might get a chance of winning it. But if you're an elite team, it's the Champions League, isn't it? So as far as I'm concerned, that's full closure for football for me. I've done it. I've seen it. I've completed it. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm going out there with a couple of friends of mine. I ain't got a clue what we're going to do out there because I believe it's a bit mad. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But as far as the performance goes, I thought Kovacic did okay in midfield. I know people were slagging him online. Don't know why. I think he kept the ball moving. I think he drove into space when he had it. Foden did okay. Bad foul on Foden. Guy should have got sent off. Alvarez. To be fair, Alvarez's mum and dad was stood right in front of me. They're right in front of me with his girlfriend and his family, and they were all happy and buzzing and that when we won. Especially when the City fans were singing the Alvarez song for a while. They were getting all excited and filming it. But, you know, the son's playing for the best team in the world and he's won the World Cup and that. So, you know, they must be in dreamland, them lot. So, but yeah, the away end was brilliant. The City fans were good. Didn't see any tourists with iPads or out like that in there. It was all proper, you know, match going home and away Blues. A lot of old faces in there. And we got behind the boys, you know what I mean? And we got behind them and we got the win. So yeah, I'm happy. Luton Town 1, Manchester City 2. Absolutely buzzing. And then for all of you that follow me on Instagram, might have seen on Saturday night, I went to see Daps, MCFC Daps, and I had a little bet. I had a little £50 bet, couple of bookings and a couple of shots on target, just for fun, because I was sat watching the game. And we was waiting on Diego Carlos to get booked for £4,000. 2 minutes before the end, what happens? Diego Carlos, wallop, sticks the elbow on Eddie Nketiah. Big Steve's up, £4,000 in the bank just before Christmas. Viva Saudi Arabia. I'm getting all the gear next week now because I've got the dough and we're having it in Saudi. So Bet365, thank you very much for that. You know, it is what it is. Don't forget, gamble responsibly. I only have a little bet for fun every now and then. I'm not a gambling addict. Not interests me. But when I'm watching the game, it just gives a bit of interest. And 3,800 quid up, I'm happy days. So that was a good little bit to the weekend. And then getting up in the morning, going to Luton, coming away with the 3 points. It's not been a bad weekend. It's not been a bad weekend. Tonight, I'm off to the Etihad for an evening with Kevin De Bruyne. I'm looking forward to that. I'm going there with my dad and a couple of friends. So we're going to go to this evening with Kevin De Bruyne tonight. Obviously, the question everyone's going to ask is, when are you fit? So as soon as he gets asked that and he tells the world, I will put it on the Instagram or the TikTok and we'll go from there. But listen, Blues, good weekend, good win. Bounce back from Villa Park. We put that one away and we move. We're 4 points off the top. We've got to be in and around there around Christmas time. The World Club Cup is coming. We're going to miss a few games. We're going to be behind. The trick is don't panic. But January is coming. I believe we need to strengthen. I believe we need creativity. Let me know in the comments below. Who do you think we should buy realistically? Who do you think in January Manchester City can go and get that will improve our team? Let me know. And listen, if you're not following me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram at Big Steve MCFC, TikTok at Big Steve MCFC, YouTube at Big Steve MCFC. So what are you waiting for? But listen, big shout out to all the Blues who were seen at weekend, had a few pictures, appreciate it. Big shout out to the Luton fan who tried to video me and tell me Man City was shit and got a slap. So big up to him. And yeah, it is what it is. Come on, City. Let's keep moving to the end of the season now. Let's pull together. Let's get through this Christmas period. Let's win that World Club Cup. Come back to Manchester, champions of the world. And then let's get ready after Christmas for that full-on Champions League and title assault. Come on, the Blues.